ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, how a man from the US developed an uncontrollable Irish accent. Now, let's get into it. Paid-for verification is coming to Instagram and Facebook. The platform's parent company Meta announced the pay-for blue-tick verification costing $11.99 a month on the web or $14.99 for iPhone users, in what it says is a move to improve security and authenticity. It comes after Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter, launched the premium Twitter Blue subscription in November. Meta Verified will be available in Australia and New Zealand this week. Now, time to talk about something you may not have heard of: foreign accent syndrome.
The understanding scientifically is that it's probably a form of speech apraxia, and speech apraxia is a problem or a disorder that can happen after head injury or sort of brain inflammation or other things that can affect the brain, where you have your ability to control speech production is affected.
It's a condition that recently affected a man in the US who developed an Irish accent after being diagnosed with cancer. Sophie Scott, a professor of cognitive neuroscience at University College London, told us the effects of the syndrome are perceived as a foreign accent, but that's not strictly the case.
So when people hear somebody with a range of grammatical errors and speech sound errors that sound to them a bit like a foreign accent, that's when we start labelling people, and it's the label effectively that's kind of resulting in something that we call foreign accent syndrome.
Sophie told us although it's rare, the syndrome can be caused by a variety of illness and injuries.
I've met somebody who had a tiny stroke, a really small stroke, affecting the white matter tracts, the bits of the brain that are connecting bits of other brain together. There are cases in the literature of people who've had brain damage through a bit of shrapnel coming into their head, in times of war.
Sophie said there's no defined cure, but speech therapy and being encouraged to talk more often can help. Here's a weird futuristic problem we might have to start thinking about. Should the driver of a car actually be in the same country? The Law Commission of England and Wales is urging the government to outlaw remote driving of vehicles from overseas. They say that difficulties in enforcement mean remote driving from abroad should be prohibited until appropriate international agreements are in place. There's currently no specific UK legal requirement for a driver to be in the vehicle they're controlling. UK cybersecurity firm Darktrace has ordered an independent external report into its finances. It was after a report released last month by New York-based Quintessential Capital Management said it was deeply sceptical about the validity of Darktrace's financial statements, which sent its shares plunging as much as 10%. The company has denied the allegations raised in the report. Scientists have discovered pieces of DNA which behave like Bond villains by helping cancers spread. Researchers based in UK and US universities found that extrachromosomal DNA, known as ecDNA, can help tumours to develop resistance to anti-cancer drugs. Made up of tiny loops of DNA, they survive outside the chromosomes, which are our cells' main storage of genetic material. Experts discovered these smaller units years ago, but their importance in cancer has only now been uncovered. It's thought that the findings could be a potential game changer for future treatments. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, why young people don't like running, and one woman's $42,000 accident. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. A poll has revealed one of the key reasons why younger people are putting off running: feeling self-conscious. Research found that younger people are more likely to let worries about performance or appearance stop them from going for a jog. The poll of more than 2,000 people for Great Ormond Street Hospital Children's Charity found nearly 4 in 10 of 18 to 24-year-olds said feeling self-conscious would be a factor in putting them off going for a run. For the over 55s, fewer than 1 in 10 felt the same. Trade bodies are warning that the UK risks falling behind in the global renewables race. Renewable UK and Energy UK have both separately called on the government to make the country a more attractive place for investors looking to build wind and solar farms. Ahead of the Chancellor's budget next month, Renewable UK said that the government must put in place its share of fiscal incentives for both developers and companies in the supply chain in order to compete globally. And finally, a woman has accidentally smashed a Jeff Koons balloon dog art piece worth $42,000. Koons, a painter and sculptor, is known for creating art that takes inspiration from everyday objects, and some of his most famous work includes a series of brightly coloured glass balloon animals. One of the fragile sculptures was on display at a VIP preview in Miami, and according to witnesses at the scene, the curious visitor may have tried to see whether it was a real balloon, so tapped it with her finger. And, well, you know the rest. The limited edition collection was previously made up of 799 pieces, but now stands at 798. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.